Good morning, Spartans. Welcome to Tuesday. Ugh. Tuesday morning. All right. Oh, wow. Just logging on here. Take a look at some stuff. Spy dropping back. Um, like always, I always do my first look at the market with you guys. So I have not looked at anything this morning. Gosh. Fixing a few things here. I'm not sure what caused that big drop. We had QPI numbers come out this morning, 8:30 in this range. Um, yeah, I'm not sure. Google. Change this over here. Update that 238.12. Once we hit that new all-time high yesterday, this one dropped back pretty solid. Apple dropped back pretty solid yesterday as well. It's crazy. 648.43 was our pre-market low on Friday. We just literally came right back down to it. This might turn into a support resistance line. 48, 45. Huh. Sorry about that. The good news is that SPY rebounding rather quickly off of that dip. All right. Let's see. Let's I guess I asked the Magic 8 Ball if the market was going to drop today, and it says that's a tough one. So it looks like, uh, so Twitch said that's a tough one, and YouTube said don't ask that. So it sounds like 8 Ball is already on the fence this morning. So am I. I mean, way too early to tell. Way too early to tell. But anyway, I'm going to jump in the private group, get those guys set up with the morning post. Then I'm going to come back. We're going to clean up SPY. We're going to clean up IWM and take a look at a few other things. And just kind of see, not really a game plan, but because you never know until the market opens. But just kind of look over everything and see which direction or what the market is wanting to do, and just kind of get ready for the day. So give me a sec. Let me knock this out for these guys. In the meantime, if you got any questions, comments, you want to look at anything, post up there in chat, and I will do that as soon as I get back. So give me just a few minutes. Today is not PPI. That's tomorrow. Why was I thinking today was Wednesday? Oh, what a morning. Let me. I'll do that in a minute. Almost done here, guys. All right. All right, guys. All right. Let's jump in and clean up our charts. All right. So we have a lot right here. And I was talking to the private group. SPY was really range bound yesterday. Average range on SPY is 5.6 points a day. Yesterday's range was a little over three and a half range. So this is our opening range high. This is our pre-market high. We are kind of stuck right in there. I'm going to take these, and these are going to be our new orange for today. So opening range high, Monday. We're going to turn that orange, lock that one in. This one is going to be pre-market high on Monday. And that one's going to go orange. And that one's locked. This one we can delete. This one, I'm going to just put a random color on it. I want to take a bigger look at it. Pre-market, we had this big drop here that came down to it. I want to see, we had some support resistance around that. I want to see if I want to turn this into a support and resistance line. So what I did, I made it yellow. We don't have anything else yellow. That way it really stands out. And then I'm going to go back and look at it in just a minute. So this can get deleted. This, we can drop the text off. Don't need that. Text is text is off. And now it goes back solid because it was session high. Now it's not. This is our pre-market low. We can delete that. I mean, excuse me, opening range and pre-market. Now I'm going to look at my yellow for support and resistance. See how it played there, played there, played there, played there, played there. So yeah, that is indicating to me a pretty good support and resistance line historically. Now that we're kind of pushing up higher and higher, we can start really looking at adding some support and resistance up. That's kind of what I was thinking. So this is now locked, and it is support and resistance. Thought that was so now that will stay there indefinitely. Okay. So we're going to watch these two, and now we can go ahead and set up our our lines for today. I am going to zoom in a lot on this, and I'm going to put a pre-market low right at it, but I don't want to double up on that line. We've got 7 minutes left to go, so we will see if it holds. It should. I just don't want to double up on that line, so that's why I'm doing that. Right. And then we're going to grab our pre-market high, 649.86. And there's pre-market high. Now, excuse me, session low. And look, session low is right there as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to do that again. Just, we'll double this one. High on Monday. All right. So here's what we got. We got session high, pre-market high. We got our two oranges from yesterday. We got our session low. Pre-market low and session low. So there was your movement yesterday, guys. That was it. All right, let's do that on IWM. Same concept. This was going to be our pre-market low Monday. And get deleted. 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 Right. There is pre-market high. Pre-market low so far. We need to look at this one again. It could drop lower. Remember, these are just areas. They don't have to be spot on. But we could push that one further. If we do, I do want to adjust it. And then sessions for yesterday. So historically, IWM has a tighter band. Um, 3.3 is where it's at. So 3.64 to 3.8, that's 2.5, almost three. So IWM had almost the same movement as SPY yesterday. I'm sorry, SPY is here. Um, SPY was half of what it normally trades. IWM was more along the lines of what it normally trades. So not a bad day on IWM. We had this big movement, and then it kind of just trailed off after that. But okay, SPY back up there. So we got 2 minutes till bell, guys. Make sure you take a look at your account, see what you can and cannot get into. All that normal stuff. You don't want to be surprised mid trade or anything like that. So, kind of want to know what you can do before. Sorry, guys. Market is open. I missed that. I was handling some stuff in the private group. IWM big drop there through pre-market low, and looks like a few other things trying to drop back as well. AMD with a big pop. Looks like Bamba hit new all-time highs. Wonder if we're going to get a big drop here on AMD after this push. It's still moving rather well. IWM retraced back to this pre-market low and is dropping back off of that. Tesla kind of trying to trade sideways. AMD still pushing, but Nvidia not getting that same push. SPY pushing up though. But we had a lot of support resistance from yesterday carryover here. VIX is dropping. Big push up there on PIX. On 1770. 117.70. 52-week on. Good. Watch this on IWM. 237.05. VIX popped a second ago, which is causing this drop. If we lose this, we could definitely see more to the downside. Still only 11 minutes in. Here goes that pullback on AMD, it looks like. AMD's range is getting a little tighter here the last few days. If we grab support right here and push this higher, from here to here could definitely be profit taker. So you don't want to just jump in and say this is going down. Remember 2 minute, 1 minute right now. Jump back to the 5, you can see the. But if we break this to the downside, we could drop further back. Google pushing it again. So 5 minute, 2 minute, you can see trying to come back a little bit, which leads me to believe if we click back to that one, we're still holding that peach, and we did. So if you were playing this to the downside, let's say we broke this peach, then you got this dotted green, which dotted green for us or for me is VWAP. So VWAP holds quite a bit. So if we drop, that would have been a strong area for our support. I wouldn't have played it off of this break just because VWAP was right there. If we broke it, Peach was sitting roughly at 153.53, VWAP sitting at 153.31. So a 20 point or 20 cent move between here and here. Then you've got 40 points down to here, which is our support. I honestly wouldn't play a put on AMD until we broke this with confirmation to the downside. Some people would have played it quicker. Some people would have played it off of here, which was a tighter scalp. For me and the private group, I don't like those really quick movements. I like the bigger ones that's not going to. Well, I try not to take trades that's going to PT in a minute or 2 minutes. Of course, you never know. You can get in and get out in seconds, but for me and for the private group, I like to try to get something with a little bit of time on it. Just like this IWM, I did like it off this break. Still early, so that's why I didn't take it. Now we're down to this pre-market low on Monday. See what we do here. If we break that, we've got more to the downside to our session low at 236.40. So 237 to 237.05 to 236.40 is a little over half a point movement. So we've got some room. Then 236.40 to 234.86 is a bigger jump. Would you play it here to here, or would you rather play it here to here? That goes back to looking at the big picture on IWM. So IWM, its average movement is 3 point on a day. So there's 3.7 to 3.486. So that's almost a 3 point movement. We've already moved this much, so that's still going to be a risky trade. Just talking through it, guys. Rambling, probably stuff that you've heard before. Hey, thanks, Rock, for the follow there on Twitch. I appreciate it. I don't know why that's being. Okay, but whatever. All right. Time to ask 8-ball. What does that mean? I asked the 8-ball if we're going sideways today. Twitch said doubtful, and then Phil's birthday man. No clue what that means. YouTube 8-ball says, I don't know, Kev. I'm not Kev, and it not knowing does not help. Those guys are no help when we need them. All right, so IWM looks like it held that pre-market low here. So jump back over here so we can see a little bit better. There we go. BABA broke new all-time highs. And what did our AMD do? Our AMD is breaking to the downside. Another reason I'm not playing this AMD break is because AMD is stupid expensive. You've got to have good movement on AMD to really um, play it. Well, we do for the private group. Private group guys, I try to keep it around 100, 150 bucks. So AMD puts right now. Next would be 152.5. It's trading at 263. 150s, 157. Oh, sorry, 157, and then 149, 128. So we'd have to be in the 148, 149 level on AMD for the group, and I'm just not doing that. So here's what I was talking about. I do like this off of VWAP here into this. We pushed up, pushed up, pushed up, and now we got the liquidity, and now the market movers are coming back in, and the institutions are coming back in and buying this back up to the downside. It's really what that is. We're getting this, and a lot of retail traders are coming in, and we are now breaking it to the downside. Once we get these big spikes, then we see usually a bigger pullback. Same in the other direction, big drop, then we'll see a big pullback or push back up on a big drop. So just something to watch for. I was looking at it here on the 2-minute. We zoom out to the 15, you can see a little bit better. Same trade on the 5. 15 really tells the tale. Walmart pushing again. Not sure why. And now we are through what was support, now resistance on AMD. Look for this to start building some support down here, guys. Just because of that movement. So 5.2 to 5.4, what is that? 2.5 point roughly. It's still got room to move. 5.5 is roughly a day's worth of movement on AMD. So we've still got some room to the downside, but we are getting into these lines here. In these lines. So as we kind of come down, we're going to start building some support. "23 minutes in so far." Looks like we're wanting to set up more to the downside. IWM breaking, SPY pushing down. $55 minutes in, or 25 minutes in. Hmm. AMD, like I said, guys, we're starting to build some support down here. And as you can see, we're starting to push back up. Buy with a big push. I mean, we're less than a point so far. Movement on SPY. A lot of um, traders and big movers are kind of sitting tight for PPI tomorrow and then CPI. So this tight range is not uncommon and not unexpected. So the downside is you just kind of have to kind of sit and watch and hope for the best and remember cash is definitely a position in this kind of market. Um, what that means is you definitely can sit on your hands and watch. I mean, and not trading is okay. Um, if that's the case, you're not losing money. And of course, you're not making money, but you're not losing money. And sometimes in a tough market, that that's always as important as making money. So it's 252 trading days a year. Don't feel like you have to trade every day. Now, if you're not trading, that is perfectly fine. But if you're not trading, still chart, still pay attention what's going on. Um, Make sure you're paper trading. All these are essential and very important. Um, but you don't have to trade money every day. Cash is a position. All right, hour in. Let's do this. We need a dad joke. Let's see what we come up with. How does a penguin build its house? It glues it together. That's kind of fitting with the weather changing. I walked outside this morning and it was chilly. I don't know about you guys, but I do not like it when it gets cold. This time of year is like, I mean, I don't mind it when it's this cold, but in the fall, I hate it because I know it's going to get colder. When it's this cold in the springtime, I don't mind it because I know we're getting ready to get warmer. And I love it when it's warm. But in the fall, when it's like this, I'm like, it's just going to go downhill. I absolutely hate it. That's why we were waiting on confirmation on IWM. Look at that. Straight off of that pre-market low on Monday. This might do the same thing as that level we were watching on SPY. It could turn into a support resistance. We've had some good support resistance over the last little bit on it. We have rain. It got cold earlier this year. It did. Luckily, we haven't had any rain, but it's. I know it's not cold like cold out there with you, Chris, but like this morning, well, let me look at my phone. Right now it is 65 out. That's probably like summertime for you, but it's chilly. Me, I'm warm natured. You put me in about 80, 85-degree weather, and I'm good up until about 100. Once we start getting 98, 100, anything over 95, I guess is hot. Yeah, we played that line quite a few times on IWM. That's probably gonna. Why don't we convert that one? I do like that one. All right, so 32 minutes in. Let's go ahead and set up our opening range. God, that opening range on SPY is horrible. Opening range high. Opening range low. And now we'll do opening range here on IWM. I swear IWM had more opening range than SPY did. IWM dropping back. Right back into that level we were just watching and charting. Look at that. Jeez. Solid rejection off that opening range high. Back to the support we were watching, or the support we just converted over. And then we've got opening range low right below that. SPY doing the exact same thing, it looks like. Nvidia dropping, Tesla dropping, AMD dropping. Excuse me. Okay, so we just broke that support and that opening range low on IWM. So now we'll wait and see if we get a retest on that. Google with a decent push there. Looks like Nvidia and AMD both rebounded. Yeah, we're definitely setting up for another range bound day, guys. Spy over opening range high. Pre-market and session high here. Remember that. Mine definitely has some room for consolidation. Finally starting to see a little bit of movement breaking out of some of these ranges, but definitely nothing worth getting into as of yet. still could see a drop. I mean, we're just not getting any movement on anything. Key level here on Apple. Looking for new low a day. IWM dropping back again. Could just take a big lotto on IWM, but SPY would be 409. SPY breaking off of that pre-market high from yesterday. IWM right here at this 236.40, which was our session low from yesterday. So kind of watch this. This right here is the 100 tick on SPY. This is the 2-minute on SPY. So kind of watching both of those as well. Overall, it looks like the market may want more to the downside. See what the Magic 8 Ball says. Perhaps, yep. So that's a maybe. That's what Twitch said, perhaps. And then YouTube says, nah, mate. So sounds like Magic 8 Ball still kind of unsure if we are dropping back or not. The Magic 8 Ball was pretty spot on yesterday. Today it's a little questionable. It's really hard to find good help, good reliable help. I don't know what a guy's got to do. Don't know what a guy's got to do. So it looks like IWM is trying to break that session low. And we just bounce back up there. Buying back over this pre-market high from Monday. We're struggling with it. Remember, this is going to be a tight area. Um, we could see a lot of movement, not movement around it, but a lot of support resistance within it. So kind of keep that in mind. Drop there. Watch IWM. It could try to follow as well. Hey, what's up, buddy? Work been busy, you said? See, what you need to do is start killing it in the market, and then you can forget about that work. This could be work. That's the way to do it. But yeah, definitely making money, just not as fast as we normally would. Just this market is tough, guys. Oh yeah, you were telling me about that. How did it turn out? Good, hopefully. And looks like we PT'd there, guys. Sweet. Yeah, if there's no leftovers, it's definitely a good. Did you smoke it, I guess, or how did you cook it? And here's that trade that we just PT'd on. Not a huge one, but profit's profit. Opening range low. Looks like we're holding there. Definitely some room for consolidation if you're in this SPY, so watch it there. IWM looks like it wants a new low a day. Watch this Apple as well. Looks like we're starting to get a little bit of a downturn on Nvidia and AMD. Um, SPY though, let's talk about SPY. We are still up on this trade, but we're right here at pre-market low. I mean opening range low, pre-market low support. So 648.43 is going to be key. If we can break that, especially with this peach line, then this is going to push up good. We've got, wow, that was quick. We've got some room for consolidation, so be careful, but make sure you're managing this. This is going to move fast, guys, so be careful. There's that break as well in IWM. So that's kind of what we were looking for. IWM, these guys, Tesla pulling back. Looks like the market's wanting more to the downside. That's why we got this big drop here on SPY. But be careful, this could quickly retrace back. Let's take a closer look at this one. Yeah, that was that drop that we had just seen. Now we need to hold more to the downside. Now we're going to fight even level resistance here, 648 even. There we go, we just broke it. Retesting now. Come on. There we go. Pushing 0.93. I don't want to move off this chart either. 0.95, 96, 97. There's 100. So almost a 100% runner. There we go. 107, 109, 110. Yep, over 100% now on that one, guys. Get that pulled back up for you. That's what we were looking at. There we go. 117 on that one. Nice. Still room for consolidation here. Remember what I just said about this peach line coming through? That's going to be key for more to the downside. Now we're coming up on this white line, 647.23, which is going to be our session low from yesterday. Still pushing up here, so make sure you're careful, please. $126. So definitely room for consolidation, like I was saying. Let's jump back into a tight chart here on SPY. Sorry, click the wrong one. There we go. Nice. 133 now on that trade. Watch this. Testing it now, 647.23. 647.23. Chart's not gonna let me get that low. It's the only thing I don't like about the 100-tick chart. It doesn't let me draw like our normal charts do. Pain. One of the downside to Weeble. But yeah, so we just need to watch this 647.23. We got down to 0.26, bounced back up. Thank you for the follow there. Appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. All right, so now we're pushing back up. We have that room for consolidation. Watch this peach here, guys. Peach also is on here. We broke it. Looks like we're wanting to push up. This is the 100-tick. This is the 2-minute. Kind of keep those in mind. Heck yeah, man. That's awesome. Did you get in off of our alert here on stream? Or were you in it before you came across the channel? That's awesome. Do this. This will answer all our questions. So I asked Magic 8 Ball, will SPY keep dropping? Twitch says, who knows? But gave us a cool guy with glasses on. And YouTube says, whatever that is, JAXD, no clue, I think it's drunk. I got in before. I was just charting and it broke through. Yes, very cool, man. Learning, if you're new, learning how to chart, knowing what works for you. So what works for you, what works for me could be two totally different things. But always learning, always experimenting, and watching that chart and letting the chart tell you what to do, not thinking, oh, this is going to do this. No. Thinking is emotions, and emotions will get you in trouble quicker than anything in trading. Yeah. But yeah, definitely gotta watch the chart. These lines all mean something and represent something, and they don't tell you what a stock will do. They're indicators. They indicate what a stock may do. So you got to keep that in mind as well. I'm still trying to get over that emotion thing. I am definitely down a lot because that I see it every day. Emotions is the number one killer of a portfolio of a trader. Most traders give up because they can't control emotions. I mean that's the fact. And that's the sad thing. I can teach you how to trade. I don't know if you've seen our private group. Our website's pinned up the top, but I can teach you everything you need to know to be a profitable trader, especially an options trader. That's what we focus on as options. But I can teach you the charting. I can teach you support resistance, all the indicators. I can teach you about price action. I can teach you anything you want to learn or need to learn. But the one thing I can't teach is how to control emotions. There's things that we teach and things that we do in the private group to kind of wrangle those emotions and kind of keep them in check. But I can't unfortunately teach you how to handle emotions. That is the biggest thing for traders. Unfortunately. Bum, bum, bum. 5. Sorry, I want to check in on something real quick. 48. So we're coming into this session low from yesterday. We're respecting this peach to the downside. this could squeeze. And I'm not talking about, you know, short squeezing and all that you hear a lot of. It's basically just going to pinch this SPY. So what happens when you squeeze something? It's going to pop. So I don't know if it's going to pop to the upside, pop to the downside. Not sure. Um, but it's definitely something to watch. Let me jump back over and look at. This is the options chart there. So we hit 139, but we're starting to come back up. And what do I always tell you guys with, oh, there we go, starting to push down to the downside. What do I tell you guys with ETFs, SPY, IWM, the Qs? ETFs is a conglomerate of a bunch of things. So if you're looking at Tesla, Tesla's doing what Tesla does. SPY is doing what the market does. You got to look at the big picture. So what is the big picture right now in the market? We got Apple, we got Google, PayPal, chips, AMD fighting the support, but sideways here. Nvidia down, Tesla down, IWM down. So what does that tell us? SPY follows a bunch being the S&P 500. It's made up of a lot of different tickers. If a lot of different tickers are dropping back, chances are SPY is going to see more to the downside. So that's something you got to watch. We dropped back to 103, which is well over our PT. You've got to make sure you have room for these to move. And see, we couldn't break this 647.23, which is that session low from yesterday. So what are we doing? We're pushing back up. This is going to push this peach up a little bit, but overall that peach is still coming down. Ideally, we want this to break this white line, and then this peach to come down to the downside. See, now we're pushing back up. This is dropping back down. I wouldn't hold runners much longer. Worst case, if this drops, you just get back in. See, 93, 94. Pushing back up. Now we're over. That's what I said, guys. This could squeeze, would squeeze one way or the other. And what are we doing? We're squeezing back to the upside, which is killing the premium here on our trade. Because we were in a put, we wanted it to go down. So I would not hold on to that much longer. Like I said, if next line that we're going to have is this red line, and then we get back into our support or now resistance 648.43, and then we get into our pre-market and our opening range lows here. But like I said, if you still in this trade, it may come back. But worst case scenario, you lock profit, it starts dropping, you buy back in. That's the best way to run that. Okay, giving it some more time. What are we doing? Starting to try to come back down. So we got to hold this peach. It doesn't look like it. Like I said, I'm out of this trade. I wouldn't stay in it. Um, once once you start going sideways, especially in these zero DTEs, what that means is once we start finding some resistance and the trade stops going against us, like it did here, it really starts eating this premium. Theta and that time decay really starts affecting the premium. So that's what's happening. So we don't really have that luxury of being 2-3 weeks out where we can take some chop, some movement against us. On the zero DTE, it's either pretty much all or nothing. It's either going against you or going with you. It was going with us here. We got into this mess. Now it's going against us. What is that doing to our premium? Dropping. Yeah, Jason, hey, we got in at 0.55 and we're up. We're almost up 100%. Yeah, so there is definitely some room for these runners to still work. We're well over our profit target and we're almost still 100%, but do you want to get greedy? These are things you have to answer. It kind of goes back to what we were just talking about, Xling, about your emotions. What's your emotions telling you? Is your emotion saying, hey, this is going to keep dropping back? Or what? Um, that's the tough one. Exactly. No emotions. Focus on that PT. Focus on your charting and let it go. What happens, what happens. Don't worry about it. Don't try to second guess it. Don't try to, hey, if this happens, it happens. You know, lock your profit. If you're out, let's say right here, 100 even, you made $45 on your runners. Now $45 in less than an hour. I don't know anybody else that makes that an hour. That's a good trade. If this thing drops and the bottom falls out and goes to the moon, so what? You already made your money. You caught your move. That's the way you got to look at it. One thing I've been teaching to the private group for years, and I will continue to preach this forever, is small gains add up to big profits. What does that mean? Goes back to what we talk about a lot of times on stream. Is that compounding number? In trading, you got to look at the compounding. What will this small gain do over a year? There's 252 trading days a year. So what will this small win today allow you to do tomorrow, the next day, so on and so forth? That's where small gains add up to big profits. Hey, I only made $45 today on this one trade. Tomorrow, you can take that $45 and now you can make a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more, and then it grows and it grows. You've got to focus on that nest egg. That's why when traders say that this is a marathon, not a sprint, is what's a sprint? 100 yards, 10 yards, 20 yards? Exactly. A marathon's miles. You know, I mean, look at me. Hell, I'm not a runner. I don't know. I probably couldn't run a sprint without dying, but that's the thing. You've got to play the long game in trading. So that's why we focus on a PT. That's why we focus on that compounding number, and that's why we focus on small gains add up to big profits. All right, so off my soapbox. Sorry. Let's lighten the mood. Dad joke incoming. Let's see. I got a reversible jacket for Christmas. I can't wait to see how it turns out. What? Some of those were stupid. We had some good ones yesterday, but those are pretty dumb. Pretty dumb. All right. So, did you like that one? The ones yesterday were not bad. The igloo one earlier was pretty good. With the penguin, were you here for that one? How does penguins build their houses? They iglue them together. Get it? Iglue them together. So as I was running my mouth here, if you hypothetically sold that SPY at $100, if you missed it, you're down another 20, $30. That's why you can't hope that these are going to go the direction you want them to. A good buddy I used to have told me all the time, hope is not a tactic, and that goes for trading, guys. You can't just get into something and hope. That is gambling, and there's no room for gambling in trading. So I start talking, and my coffee gets cold. Ugh. Still good though. So we've had two trades this morning. We PT'd on this one. That's why I posted it up for you guys. That was a great trade, great movement. Our other trade, we are um, down on it. I thought we were getting a PT on it. I might exit it. We're down $1 on it. It also was alerted as a lottery play in the private group, so I went small on it. So we're down $1 a contract, so not a whole lot, but um, I just wonder if it's going to play, and I don't want to throw it out there for stream yet because, like I said, we haven't PT'd on it, so. But it looks like the market may try to push back up. We're going into 11 o'clock, so we'll see. All right, there goes SPY. SPY back through this area of support or resistance, excuse me. What we have here, this green line is going to be our charted resistance. This purple is our pre-market low. This blue is our opening range low, excuse me. Then we've got VWAP. If you're new to us, this green on my chart is our VWAP. You can tell we just touched VWAP here. But this area is going to be some strong resistance. If we can break through it, we've definitely got room back to the upside. Let me. Right now, the range on SPY is showing 5.4. Oh, see, look, we're pulling back off that VWAP. This is the 5-minute. This is the 2-minute. Same chart. But if hypothetically we can break over this orange and get some support to the upside, we definitely have some room. I mean, you can see that here. This purple is our pre-market and our pre-market high and our session high from yesterday. So something to watch. But we are now breaking it to the downside. Once again, SPY is made up of S&P 500. So what is the market doing? To me, it looks like a lot of things are starting to turn up. That's why we're seeing this turn up here on SPY. Got to be careful. Got to be mindful of that. So when we get a little bit of downtime, sorry about that. When we get a little bit of downtime, what I do, I just scroll through um, my list of stocks that we watch. So, and that's one thing the guys in the private group ask. I trade a lot of stuff. I mean, you can see there's what 11 different charts here. Um, Guys ask me, how many tickers do you watch, Jason? Well, I watch a bunch, and that's what I tell the private group. Let me watch a lot of them. Let me watch the market. You guys focus on a few that you like and stick with them. If those few are not moving, you're not trading unless you're following me or whatever. Especially in the private group, where like I said, the private group, you get real time entry and exits of what I get. You guys here on stream, since it's free, is delayed. I don't post up for you guys until we hit our profit target and start scaling out. I know, I'm sorry, but those guys are paying for that information. You guys are just hanging out. Um, anyway, so that's what I tell the guys is to focus on a few. Let me focus on the main group, the main market. So when we get some downtime, what I do, I just kind of scroll through and just look at a variable different things. Um, some of the most successful traders I know only trade a few tickers. I know one guy that I used to trade with out of Atlanta. All he traded was Apple right here. Apple's moving like today and yesterday. He's trading it. If Apple's sideways, he's not trading it. And I've seen that guy do over 30 grand a month just off of trading Apple. So learning the personality and how a ticker moves is very beneficial. Don't try to focus on 100 or 200 or 30 or whatever amount of stocks. Focus, find you a couple that you like, stick with them. And if you're in the private group and you've got questions about that or need help finding some stuff that I think would be beneficial for you to look at, then let me know. Send me a PM. I don't mind. Set up one of those one-on-one sessions with me, and we can go through it and set that up for you. That's no problem. But speaking of which, if you're new here, there is our link tree, which that's funny. It just got posted by Stream Elements, and then I posted it again. Sorry about the double. But that's a link to all of our social media and everything there. If you're new, please make sure you like, subscribe. If you're on watching us on YouTube, give us a thumbs up. That goes a long way to really help us out. And if you're on Twitch, make sure you follow. All that's free to you guys. With Twitch, we're trying to build and do more things there. As far as subscribers and stuff like that for the subscription, I think it's like $4, $5 a month for level 1, tier 1. But I'm trying to do some more things for tier 1, 2, and 3 for you guys. We've had some of our followers give some subscriptions. So some of you guys may already be subbed to the channel, which is freaking cool. But we're new here. We haven't been streaming very long. Trading, I've been trading well over 10 years. I've been an options trader for most of that. But as a streamer, I've never done this. I'm still learning. So that's why it's definitely a learning process. First and foremost, I'm a trader. That's what I do, and we run the private group. Um, Aside from that, we are trying to get the stream stuff up and going. So bear with me, but support us. I mean that goes a long way. It's free unless you do the sub. And like I said, I'm working on trying to get some stuff for you guys for that. But it means a lot. It's a quick, simple way to give back to us and the community. So And then if you're interested in it, like I said, pinned at the top of the page, or pinned at the top of the chat is our website. So we do offer a private group where we have 24-hour chat room that you can ask questions. We have a training room where we post videos and training materials, stuff like that. We have an alerts room where we post news. You see our entries and exits in real time as we. You're getting better. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it, man. Definitely trying. But the private group, you get the alerts and everything. We're building a community to just help everybody become profitable options traders. You know, we're not here to take your money or anything. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. It means a lot. Really, it does. Sometimes I sit here and feel like I just talk to myself, but thank you. But we're just trying to build a community, and to show you guys that we're here to help. We've got nothing to hide. Our private group, there's no contracts, no obligations, and oh, that's a nice little setup on AT&T. And with the private group, we offer a 7-day free trial on all of our subscription levels, so you can get in, see if it's a fit for you. If not, let us know. We'll move you. No harm, no foul. You can still hang out with us here on stream, and that's perfectly fine. If you do like it, man, stick around, and as long as you would like. We've got people like Chris. Sorry about that. Like Chris. Chris is actually watching on YouTube right now, so you Twitch guys don't see him. But Chris has been with me a minute. Probably what, Chris? 3 years, 4 years, something like that. Chris is one of my OGs. Been around for a while. But like I said, we're just trying to build a group of like-minded traders that have other people in mind, that want to see people grow and succeed. That's really it. Traders helping traders. Coming up, so Chris said, I think we are coming up on 4 years. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Chris. I knew it's been a minute. You've been with me through quite a bit of changes. Spy looks like that area of resistance that we were watching. It's not wanting any part of that and starting to drop back. So this is where I was saying, if you were in that trade, definitely still green on it. But if you exited up here and you're watching that chart, you can always buy back in for this redip. So right after the new year will be 4 years. That's kind of what I was thinking, Chris. It's been a while, man. And you know, I can't say thank you enough for the support, everything you do for me, the group, and that's another thing, guys. If you get in the private group, I'm here to help any way we can. That goes trading or not. I've had some deep, long conversations with Chris on PM through the group. He's helped me out. I've helped him out. I think. I hope. But that's what it's the group's about. Is that camaraderie. If you're in the group, you need somebody to talk to, shoot me a message. I don't know if you follow me on my personal social media, which I need to post. I'm a big advocate about mental health and helping people out, and just supporting and uplifting people. There's way too much hate in this world, and I, for one, not gonna. Thanks, buddy. And you have too. I'm not gonna lie. You've definitely been there with me. Some late nights, needed somebody to talk to. But there's way too much hate in this world, and if I can help just alleviate some of that for one person, then I feel like I'm doing my job. And I know that goes above and beyond. Thanks, buddy. And I mean that. I know that goes above and beyond trading and what we do here, but that's what makes the world go round. Yeah, we've been through some shit, that's for sure. Yeah, I agree, Chris. We have, dude. Me and you both. We've better times are on the horizon. Good things are coming. Definitely. All right, before I get emotional again, let's lighten the mood. How about this? Dad joke incoming. Let's see what we got. Yesterday, a clown held a door open for me. I thought it was a nice gesture. Come on, man. That one was kind of dumb too. Thought it was a nice gesture. Get it? Clown gesture. So if you're new here, you can type I commands. And you can see a list of all the commands that we have running. It should do it for YouTube as well. There's Twitch. Oh, there we go. There's YouTube. Just some stuff to lighten the mood. You can see how long you've been following the channel, how many channel points you have. You can do things like the dad joke to lighten the mood. You can ask the magic 8-ball stuff. Need to work on those. That goes back to trying to build the stream and get some more interactive stuff going with it. But I am not a streamer. Well, I guess I am a streamer now, aren't I? Never done it before. Honestly, let me backtrack a little bit. So trading for a long time, started the private group years ago. Over the years, we've had members saying, hey, can you do live trading? I want to see you do live trading, yada, yada, yada. So fast forward to now, okay, cool, let's do it. So we jumped in, started doing the streaming thing. Honestly, before I started looking into live trading, I knew about streaming. I honestly thought Twitch was just something that you did on your Xbox or PlayStation and streamed games. No clue all this was out there. So I'd never been on Twitch. I never really watched or spent any time on Twitch until I jumped in to become a streamer on Twitch for you guys. And yeah, it's changed my world. It's been a huge learning curve. So still trying to learn that. If you guys are watching and you're on Twitch or you stream yourself, man, post up. Let me know if there's anything I can do to make the stream better for you guys. Send me a message. Send me an email. I'll help you out any way we can. I got a buddy that I met through streaming. He jumps in from time to time. He streams gaming. Loud Leaf Gaming. I call him Leaf. He comes in sometimes. Don't think he's here today. I hadn't seen him today, but I support his channel. He's not a trader, but he comes by just to say, hey, what's up, and support our channel. So if you're a streamer, man, post up. I don't care about, personal promotions or whatever. I mean, if you gotta stream on Twitch, let everybody know. These guys might like what you're doing and watch, but if you don't let somebody know, then I'm not one of those guys that will ban you for that. I don't care. Helping each other is what makes the world go around. So, anyway. All right, so IWM pushing back up to session low from yesterday, 236.40. Spy still doing spy things. We are still kind of range bound on spy. I think our range today is better than yesterday. Yesterday we were 3.5, 247.23 to 649.72. It looks like. So, you trade stocks? We do. We trade some stocks, but not a whole lot. 90% of what we do is options, just because the ROI, or the return on investment, with stocks is much greater than, excuse me, the ROI on options is much greater than stocks. And not only that, I don't know what you know about options, but you can play and make money if a stock drops. So this is the chart on SPY. This is a trade that we took earlier on SPY. So if you're in SPY, no, Forex. Do we trade Forex? Not really. We dabbled in some Forex and some futures and stuff like that, but as far as the group goes, it's difficult to alert those things for the group. We we can teach it. A lot of the same charting and all that is the same. But honestly, we do so good with options. If it's not broke, don't fix it kind of mindset. So we don't really get into a whole lot of Forex or futures stuff, just for that reason. I mean, as you can see, we had this runner on SPY from 55 to 140 earlier. I mean, that's good money. We just don't really. Hey, thank you for the follow though, Ark. We just really don't get into a whole lot of the Forex and future stuff, just for that simple fact, um, that we kill it on options. But sometimes, because we are trading options, we do alert, more in the private group, some stocks. Like Open, we were alerted this one the other day, right at $5. It just hit 640 this morning. Yesterday it was 732. So we do some commons. Um, Chris said, I want to do Forex, but don't have the time. Yeah. I mean, the cool thing about Forex and futures and stuff like that is you can trade it outside standard market hours. Um, but, and you know, Chris, we did it for a while and tried. But honestly, I'm lazy. Most mornings, um, from 9:30 to 12 ish, 12:01, we kill it with options. And the last thing I want to do is sit in front of a computer when I'm off or at night, still trading when we've done so well in the morning. It just, you can't have too much of a good thing, and that's it for me. I mean, when I was trading, especially futures, it was, I would sit there, watch TV, and whatever I was watching would get boring. Instead of jumping on like Facebook or something and scrolling, I would jump on the computer and start trading. And then next thing I knew, an hour, 2 hours went by, and I've been trading futures. And it's like, really? I just spent all morning trading, all day trading with the group. Now I'm at night trading futures. It's like, so that's another reason I don't really do a whole lot of it anymore. But to go back to answer your question there, Ark, it's just, it's tough to alert. That's why we don't do it a whole lot. Um, Options is pretty easy, kind of beginner level ish, intermediate, and we just do really good at it. It was hard to be up that late to work on it. I was paper trading Forex for a while at work, but that got busy. Yeah, that's what I was referring to, Chris. It was just like, this is cool, but why do I need to keep really pushing, trying to learn Forex, trying to learn futures? You know, we did the funded trading and stuff like that, but it was just tough. I mean, I know a lot of people that do it, ARC, and I mean, there's good money in it and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that as a group we won't get back into futures. I don't know if we'll get back into Forex, but I don't know. Just after trading hours, it's nice to have a life, and you know, if you've been trading, trading is addictive, and it's one of those things where if you can trade, you're going to be trading. Um, so if I'm not trading futures and I'm not trading forex, then I'm pretty much cut off at 4 o'clock. So we had people trade futures pre-market in the past, but I would lose sleep doing that. Yeah, I agree. You know, we when Rock was in the group and stuff, and we were doing a lot of the funded trading and things like that. That, like I said, it was cool, especially doing the funding trading. Where I mean, I've got a decent size account, but not like a lot of people. But it was cool to be able to have 100,000, 200,000, 250,000 to trade with on futures through a funded account. But I think a lot of that, especially with the getting funded and the trial phases and stuff those funded accounts do, it really started instilling some non good things, if that makes sense. Uh, Sweet. We just PT'd on a swing trade. I'll get that posted with you guys. X-Ling, thoughts on Nvidia? I'm looking for a way to get out. I kind of bought on impulse. Oh no, what's going on, man? What did you do? What happened with Nvidia? Post up. Give me a little bit more insight on that, and we'll look into it. Frog, hey, real quick, are you following us? You need to be. I'm enjoying your stream. I'm new and see that I'm too emotional in trading. Listening to your reasoning helps. I chase reversals too often. Oh, reversals are a killer. Um, and trading into and out of support, God, those are tough. Yeah, I could definitely sit down with you and we could go over some of that. Um, but yeah, I would try to talk more about my reasoning, but make sure you follow. I appreciate you hanging in there and joining and the comment and stuff like that, and the fact that you're enjoying the stream. Like I said, sometimes I sit here and just stare at charts, and sometimes I feel like I just talk to myself. But yeah, tough one. But chasing reversals. One thing I teach in the group, and then I'll throw out to you guys. Journal your trades. Every trade, good trade, bad trade, write it down, keep a record of it, and look back at it. Weekends are a great time to look back over your trading journal and see what you did and what cost you money this week. All right, Nvidia, where are you at? Have to wait for confirmation on the reversal. Yeah, that's what Chris said on the old YouTube. Chris, we need to get you over on Twitch, buddy. All right, Nvidia. There we go. All right, so X-Ling yesterday, 170 call expiration on this Friday. So your premium was 273 a contract. Is that what you paid? What what time did you buy yesterday? Do you know? Was it on this big push? All right, so 273 a contract. What did you buy into this big push yesterday? I would imagine. I was just thinking that might set that up later. It's super easy to do, Chris. Let me know if you need help. Yes. So you bought into this big push, and you bought in the 170C. So let me. What I'm going to do is pull up that 170C. So this is your contract. My first inclination, you bought at 273C. My first question to you, and would ask this in any of our private member group guys, would be two questions. Why did you not sell when it hit 340? You know, what was your profit target? What was your stop loss? If you bought in at 273, you bought in right in here. Why did you hold through this? What made you hold through this? And second, where was your stop loss? Why are you still holding this, especially today when it came down to 110? That would be my first two questions on why. Not to point fingers, not to say you did anything wrong. I've been there a million times myself, but more as a teaching. Hey, for yourself. Hey, why did I do this? What did I do wrong? How can I stop it for next time? As far as NVIDIA, we will get out of the chart here, go back to stock chart. Since we're down, we want to come back up. We got to look at the big picture, right? So we got till Friday, taking out theta and time decay completely. This is the 30-minute on NVIDIA. So all-time high, 184.48. We've been on a steady decline since then. I'm also going to add one day on here real quick. So overall, we've been slowly dropping back. You're in that 170. You've got till Friday. This is the 1 hour. We did push off of 164.83. Overall, we're in a downtrend, it looks like, with these indicators, especially today. The only problem I'm seeing is that we've really been kind of trading sideways. A little high on that one. So this is kind of the range that we've been in the last 2 days. You're at what, 71-ish and 66. What this means is we need to get back up here. We're kind of at the bottom of this. We still have some room. We've got this 684. But overall, we've got these indicators. These are higher time frame indicators, are showing a downtrend. You've got some time for it, but I don't think I would allow it to drop a whole lot more. Your key level is going to be this 164.83. If we drop that to the downside, we could see a bigger drop. You do have till Friday, so we've got 4 more trading days, or 3.5, to come back, which is not out of the question, but you also got to overcome that theta. So that's going to be a tough one. I like I said, I don't know if I would hold on to it, because the further out we go this direction, the further up we've got to go to overcome that theta and that time decay. to get back to our entry at 273 on that one. Yeah, you definitely got yourself in a pickle. I would definitely put this one in your trading journal, and I would look into yourself and ask why did I not sell at the top of this big push, or when my premium got over X amount. Like I said, that 170 call yesterday did hit $340. You were in at 273. To me, that's a pretty good return. I would definitely start focusing on that and find out your downside. So that's one thing we teach in the group is every trade, same rules apply every time. Before, not after, but before you enter, know your profit target and your stop loss and stick with it. I think those two kind of bit you in the butt on this one, and now you're kind of stuck. I do see there could be potential to the upside, but getting back to the 170 could be a stretch. The market's starting to pull up a little bit, so we could, but I mean, we were almost there today, 169.64, but you're still trying to overcome that theta. So hopefully that helps. I know that was kind of long-winded, I feel, but not exact. But that's a tough one. That really is. I wish I had a more clear-cut, definitive answer for you on that one. But that was a good question. I appreciate you asking it. Now let's jump over. Take a look at this hood that we PT'd on. It was a little bit expensive. My buddy JT in the private group, he helps with some of the alerting and stuff. This was his trade. And that's this one. He alerted this one yesterday. And it's a hood 919 210p. And we still have time on that one, so good trade there, GT. Very cool. But yeah, make sure you guys give us a thumbs up there on YouTube and a follow. And if you're on Twitch, make sure you subscribe or follow us there as well. Like I said, all those are free. And if you're watching us on Twitch, in your free time, make sure you check out the YouTube. We've got some trading videos and things there. All of our live streams for now are archived there as well. So if you want to go back and watch yesterday's stream or whatever, you can. We had a stream last week, I think it was. And like I said, when I alert you guys, just like this one, we alert stream once we hit our profit target. A couple weeks ago, last week I think it was, maybe the week before, things were kind of slow, markets were kind of, and I gave out an alert live on SPY, and we worked up to it. We talked about it. We charted it and said, if this happens, we're gonna. Oh, was it last week? Yeah. Okay. I thought it was. We we did it live, and I said, all right, we're taking this trade. Here's our entry, and long story short, end of the day, it ended up running right at 300%. So that was pretty cool. But now we're getting back in this range. We did break through this resistance here on SPY. I don't think that other one is going to PT on us. Ugh. But I mean, it was a lotto, so we went cheap on it. We're down, what, $5 on it? I may hold that one for you guys in the private group. I don't know. Getting hungry. And now we're starting to get that downturn. This range on SPY is just horrid. But I mean, it's because we have PPI tomorrow, CPI on Thursday. We got what, jobless on Thursday, wholesale inventories tomorrow, and then we've got FOMC next week with a expected rate cut, I believe. Excuse me. Next. Yep. So FOMC next Wednesday, the 17th, with the interest rate decision. So just a lot of uncertainty right now. Um, so everybody's kind of trading scared. Let me throw this up here for you guys. So tomorrow we've got PPI in the morning, followed by wholesale inventories at 10. Then Thursday we go to CPI and jobless in the morning. So that's kind of what guys are waiting on. So hopefully, our Thursday we should start seeing some better movement. Consumer sentiment on Friday, which I'm not too concerned about. Empire State, that is pre-market, not a big issue there. Tuesday we jump into U.S. retail sales, import price index, all that's pre-market. Business inventories at 10. So not a whole lot beginning of the week next week, but then Wednesday's the big day. FOMC interest rate decision at 2, and then Powell at 2:30, and then jobless again on Thursday. So, and then Philadelphia Fed manufacturing survey. So next week's going to be choppy. So that's, or it could get interesting, I should say. I don't want to say choppy. That's one reason why we're seeing these tight ranges this week on SPY. Hopefully, once we get through that and we kind of break out and get some bigger moves. Right now, average daily range on SPY is 5 points. UNH. Let's pull that up. UNH. United Health. Wow. It is a big move. Look at that. Now watch this. See if we don't get a bigger pullback here. Definitely, you definitely like the expensive ones. I don't know if you're looking at what side. I wouldn't touch it. Calls your 635. You're going to be trading at $630. The put side, you're 620. Little bit larger spread there. Honestly, on the put side, because of the IV and that big push and the larger spread there, I mean, you're talking 50, 60 point spread. So I wouldn't touch it. Definitely something to look at. It's um, lower volume. I wouldn't say low volume, kind of mid range, trading at 17.6 million shares right now. Building some walls, it looks like. But definitely, yeah, you're definitely right. It's moving. Um, I would watch this peach line for sure. But for us in the private group, the premium just way too expensive. We like to try to stay 100, 200 is max. And this guy trading at 6 is up there. The put spread is coming down. It was bid was 600, ask 620. Now it dropped to 580, 620, so a 40-point spread right now. But I bet the call spread just picked up. I'm up 80%, 86% on it. I would definitely not get greedy with it. Scale out lock profits, like we were talking about earlier. I mean, it's definitely a good trade. Don't get me wrong. I see why you grabbed it. I see the charting behind it. I don't have support and resistance because it's not something I typically would trade. I don't even know if I've ever looked at it. Today it's over 7%, up 7%. But yeah, your average daily range on it is 1.76, so under 2% or 2 points. This is a 15-point move, or excuse me, 10-point move, 11-point move. So you're definitely oversold for the day. Now watch those puts might be coming back. So like I said, I wouldn't get greedy. There we go. Let's jump to the 100 tick. Yeah, see, we just lost 4 points there. So if I was up 86% on it, I would set a tight stop loss, let it ride, and lock profit and be done. Yeah, SPY is moving. SPY starting to drop back, falling through this support resistance level that we were looking at. IWM's breaking through that session low as well. Watch this. All right, excellent. So Magic 8 Ball also says they think you should exit your trade. The higher powers at B. All right, so YouTube says who knows, but Twitch says I think so. Out now. Good, good, good. Good call. So hopefully that nice little push there on UNH helped overcome some of the losses you took on that Nvidia. if we can break this 648.07 here on SPY, we could see more to the downside. We are, like I said, losing that opening. I mean that session high, session low from yesterday on IWM, so we could see more to the downside. Five. Will come to its previous price at 485.20. I honestly don't know. Like I was saying earlier, UNH is not one that I follow. I don't know much about it. Oh wow! Look, I mean, we were at 621. Was that 52? Yeah, so 52 week high is 621.24. 234.60 is low. What date was that? That was back in November. May we hit 6 again. 234. Did they have a split or anything on the stock? The reason I'm asking is because from here to here, um, big jump overnight. So 272, 302. I mean, that's a 30. Oh, so Warren Buffett bought in. So that yeah, market mover. So that could have been when Warren Buffett bought in. Will we get back up there? I don't know. Because, I mean, it goes back to what we were talking about earlier. You never know. I see it definitely has more room to the upside. This is the daily chart. We are coming into some resistance through here, but we have gapped up again here. Do you know when Warren Buffett bought in? Was it recently or was it back? Because this was a little over a month ago, right at a month ago. 8/15 is when that big gap happened. But we seen a big gap down, gap down. These kind of movements scare me a little bit. I like more consistent movements. Okay, so by him buying in and pushing this up, we could see more of an uptrend, but we've got some resistance here. These are moving support resistance 388.70 and then 419. So could we get back up to 485.20? Yeah, I mean definitely. I mean we could push up 600 again and higher. But when is that going to happen? I'm not sure, but we do have these to get over. And I'm not seeing any solid support resistance here recently. Everything here is going to be down, so we've really got to come back into here. We're at 340. Yeah, so we got to go quite a ways back to even start looking at some support and resistance for it in this range. We're back to five, mid five. What is that, June? 324 areas, some resistance. And then we had this, whatever happened this day, where we had that big movement down, blew right through this 340 level we were looking at. So still not able to chart anything in that 340. Now we're over. Man, that's a tough one. And now we're in the 400. So I don't know. To me, it, if I was looking at playing this one to the upside, which I feel like it definitely has more room to the upside. But to me, if I was playing it to the upside, I would buy the time. But I mean, when I buy time, I like to buy 40-ish days out, 45 days out. So you're looking October 24th. And if you're, let's even say the 400, you're pricey. The 400C that far out, 360 to 465. So you're a 100-point spread. So you're going to lose $100 right off the bat. So you'd buy in at 465 right now. And that's still a gamble if we're going to get back. But to me, I just think there's better money making opportunities in the market. Let's see what open interest is on that one. So open interest is light. There's 36 open interest on that October 24th 400 call. Let me drop back. A short long for me is roughly 2 weeks. So September 26th, I would go tighter. I wouldn't go that far out that quickly, which isn't bad. 360 still 440 open interest there. 560. So now 350 on the September 26th is not bad. You've got 20 almost 2800 on the open interest, but you're still $700. You're $25 spread. So I mean, you're 17 days, almost 3 weeks. That one's not bad. I would feel better about that one, but you're still $700. And that's a 10-point spread. That's probably one I would look at there. But I would buy time on it. SPY held that level there we were looking. Fantastic. Coming into lunchtime, guys. Make sure if you're new here, you give us a follow and stick around. That way you can see when we go live and come hang out with us. We do this every day the market is open. Trying to keep it fun and exciting. Probably not going to see a whole lot the rest of the day, guys. But we'll see. Watch this SPY here. Um, Still wouldn't play SPY until we got up higher. Apple new low a day there. SPY couldn't hold that level. IWM still trying to break away from this session low from yesterday, so still not seeing a whole lot of guys, just kind of biding some time. See if anything pops up. I usually end stream around 12, but just kind of hanging out right now, just waiting and watching. AMD pushing. Looks like it's wanting a new high of day. I definitely wouldn't look at that until we got into that new high of day territory. We could definitely see a reversal. Um, Walmart trying to push as well. SPY going back into the support resistance area. Um, yeah, just kind of hanging out right now, guys. Yeah, it looks like we're going to try to push back up. All right, let's do this. Dad joke. What do you call two barracuda fish? A barracuda. That's funny. I like that one. Oh, guys, yeah, just not a lot going on. Um, Market really struggling today. Um, but we had talked about that. We know why. Excellent. You're still here. Your Nvidia's coming back. Testing 169. I hadn't looked at the premium on that 170 call you were in, but AMD just hit new high a day. That's the best one. So I just asked Magic 8 Ball, will Nvidia hit 170 this week? Its response on Twitch was, "This is Sparta." Yes, that's awesome. And then on YouTube it said no. So that is the that's the best right there. Needed that. That was funny. Point four. Yeah, that Walmart's looking for new high a day. Um, wasn't quite expecting that, but Tesla coming into resistance at 348.58. Few things starting to push up, so we might see some higher highs here on SPY. rejection there off of resistance on Tesla, but not seeing much else, guys. Rejection on that SPY. That is pre-market high from yesterday, and then opening range high there. So we're still down from where SPY was trading yesterday, and still hasn't broke out of its range today. So. SPY quickly rejected that range we were looking at. This level here, like we've been saying on SPY, is going to be um, more of a support level or resistance, depending on which way we're going, but a stronger level since we have pre-market low, we've got opening range low, and we've got charted support here. Uh, as you can see, we came back down, tested it, and pushing back up. So just an area to really watch. All right, guys. It's coming until 12:30. I stayed on a little bit longer just because I had some stuff in the background I was working on. I was hoping the market would get some more movement, but it's not. Cash is definitely a position today. Thank you for everybody that followed us today. If you're not following, please make sure you do. If you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, give us a thumbs up. If you're on Twitch, make sure you hit that follow button, and it's free. We do this every day. The market is open. We're here to help in any way we can, and we're here to do anything we can for you. Our goal is to teach you how to do this and be a profitable options trader. I appreciate we had a couple of people subscribe to the private group today, so I appreciate that as well. If you got some or want some information on that, the link is pinned at the top of the chat. SpartanDTGroup.com is our website. We offer a 7-day free trial on everything that we do. Got nothing to hide. 100% open book. Come join us, check it out, get full access, see what we're about, and if you like it, great. If not, no worries. No obligations or anything like that. We can remove you and go on and be friends and continue to trade. But yeah, I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for everything. I think we had a great stream today. I can't thank you enough for the support. So make sure you follow and subscribe, and I appreciate it. And we will be back tomorrow morning, and we will do it again. So make sure you come hang out with us. I usually get on stream right at 9. We do pre-market prep. We clean up some charting and do a few things. And like I said, here to help out. If you got questions or whatever, you can ask them in chat, and we can go over and take a look at everything. So, yeah, end of the day, I feel like I'm rambling. I'm hungry. Time to go eat. But yeah, make sure you like, subscribe, follow us here on Twitch, and I will see everybody back tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye, guys.